There are people who do not experience illnesses and do not pass away because of them. At the Global Oncology Researchers Gathering, it was noted that this is the only group with no cases of malignant tumors. The average age they reach exceeds 120 years. These people live in the northern part of India, near the waters of Hunza. They were first mentioned by a military doctor from England, Robert McCarrison. Throughout his entire career, he never encountered a seriously ill representative of this ethnic group. He referred to severe conditions, not short-term states such as digestive issues or rashes. This specific point was brought up by critics attempting to dispute the existing data. However, McCarrison and other researchers did not view such manifestations as diseases, considering them natural bodily reactions. This doctor lived near the Hunza Valley for about 7 years. He concluded that diet plays a key role in their longevity. If a person consumes unhealthy food, even favorable natural conditions cannot protect them from ailments. That is why the Hunza's neighbors, living in similar conditions, suffer from various diseases, and their average lifespan is twice as short. In the early 1960s, French specialists visited the Hunza Valley. They confirmed McCarrison's findings. The average lifespan here is 120 years, and the oldest resident had reached 160. Researchers noted that 40-year-old women look like young girls, remain slim at 60, and become mothers at 65. Based on this, one can conclude that their lifestyle has an even more beneficial effect on the body than the Japanese or Mediterranean diet. It is the only place on Earth where serious diseases related to abnormal cell growth are not found. In the summer of 1977, in Paris, at a major medical gathering, it was declared, according to the data obtained from research, a complete absence of oncological diseases is observed only among the Hunza people. Over the years, many expeditions, scientists, and longevity experts have visited this valley. They all agreed on one point: the secret of the Hunza lies in their diet and way of life. After analyzing all the data and taking critics' remarks into account, several key factors can be identified. The people of this group are known for their friendliness and calmness. They do not give in to anger, do not complain, and do not show impatience. They bathe in icy waters even when temperatures drop below 15 degrees. Active games are popular not only among children but also among elderly individuals. In summer, their diet is based on fresh produce, while in winter, on sun-dried fruits, sprouted grains, and sheep cheese. When the harvest is not yet ripe, a period begins known as the foodless spring, lasting from 2 to 4 months. During this time, they consume almost no food, limiting themselves to a drink made from dried fruits. Animal protein makes up a small part of their diet. They eat meat very rarely, only when an animal dies accidentally. They lead an active lifestyle, walking dozens of kilometers daily without signs of fatigue. Their diet is dominated by fresh foods, grown without artificial additives. Vegetables, fruits, greens, and grains form the foundation of their nutrition. Food is cooked over an open flame, preserving all valuable nutrients. They consume minimal salt, and sweets are completely excluded from their diet. They drink soft mountain water, free of heavy minerals. When McCarrison returned to England, he conducted experiments on animals. One group was fed products common for city dwellers: baked goods made from refined flour, canned meals, and sugar. These animals soon began to develop illnesses typical for humans. The other group was fed like the Hunza. These animals remained healthy throughout the entire experiment. What do you think about this lifestyle? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed the material, don't forget to share it with your friends and hit the like button. Another important aspect of the Hunza lifestyle is their emotional state. They rarely experience stress, do not worry about the future, and are not prone to depression. Their culture is based on communal traditions, where each person feels like part of a whole. This creates strong social bonds, and the feeling of loneliness, one of the main causes of psychological disorders, is virtually absent among them. An active lifestyle and physical endurance, the Hunza people walk long distances daily, navigating mountain trails. Their muscles are always in tone, their joints remain flexible, and their posture is straight. They don't need artificial workouts, as their everyday activities naturally maintain their health. From early childhood, Hunza children are accustomed to physical activity. They play active games, run, climb rocks, and take part in traditional dances that require stamina. Adults work in agriculture, growing food for their families, and even the elderly maintain an active lifestyle and stay engaged in work. The importance of labor in Hunza life cannot be overstated. Their daily routine involves farming, building, and taking care of the household. Working outdoors in the high mountains improves circulation and enriches the body with oxygen. Nutrition: natural, unprocessed food. Their diet consists of whole, unprocessed foods. They eat fresh fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and grains they grow themselves without using chemical fertilizers or pesticides. In winter, when fresh produce is scarce, they rely on sun-dried fruits, nuts, and legumes. Apricots are especially valued. Not only do they eat the flesh, but they also use the seeds to make oil. This oil is rich in healthy fatty acids and antioxidants, which help slow down the aging process. Interestingly, their dietary system includes long periods of food restriction. The so-called hungry spring is the time before the new harvest, when last year's supplies are running out. During this period, they eat very little, mainly a drink made from dried fruits and sprouted grains. It's a form of natural body cleansing that triggers cell regeneration. The influence of water on the body: the Hunza drink only mountain water, rich in natural minerals but soft and free from impurities that could accumulate in the body. This type of water supports kidney, joint, and blood vessel health. They don't drink sugary beverages or add refined sugar to their food. Instead, they get natural sweetness from fruits, helping them avoid glucose spikes that can cause metabolic issues. Harmony with nature: Hunza life is deeply connected to the natural world. They build their homes from natural materials, use sunlight to dry food, and grow plants without chemical treatment. Their agricultural methods are passed down through generations, and they avoid modern technologies that could disrupt nature's balance. They also spend lots of time outdoors, bathing in icy rivers, sunbathing, and breathing clean mountain air. Their bodies are adapted to these natural conditions, and they rarely suffer from illnesses caused by pollution. Longevity and health studies show that members of this ethnic group live to an old age while remaining active. Even at 100 years old, they continue to work, walk long distances, and participate in community life. Women retain their youth and reproductive ability up to the age of 65, which is rare among other populations. They do not suffer from hormonal imbalances or age-related changes common in cities. All of these factors: diet, physical activity, emotional state, clean water, and living in nature, form a system that helps the Hunza people stay healthy and live longer than most people in the world. What do you think about this lifestyle? Would you like to try following their principles? Share your thoughts in the comments. The life of the Hunza people is a unique example of how simple yet wise habits can bring health and longevity. They don't use modern technologies, don't take medicine, and don't visit doctors, yet their bodies remain strong and resilient even in old age. Their secret is simple: natural food, an active lifestyle, inner harmony, and a clean environment. Can a modern person adopt their principles? Absolutely. While it's difficult to completely give up the conveniences of civilization in urban settings, many of their habits can be integrated into daily life. Move more, eat natural foods, drink clean water, and maintain a positive attitude. After all, health is not just the absence of illness, but a lifestyle based on respect for your body and the world around you. If you found it interesting to learn about the Hunza people, don't forget to like this video. Share your thoughts in the comments. Could you live like they do? Subscribe to the channel. There are many more amazing stories ahead. Imagine a people living in a place where the sun burns like an oven during the day and the nights are as cold as a refrigerator. These are the Himba, people from the remote deserts of Namibia, where rain falls only once every 6 months, and the ground looks more like a rocky frying pan. Their homes are not just huts, but cleverly designed structures. A framework of branches is coated with clay mixed with cow dung, creating sturdy domes that stay cool even in 40-degree heat. Women decorate the walls with patterns, spirals, zigzags, as if writing messages to their ancestors. Our cow gave birth to a calf here, or a girl grew up and became a bride here. Water is as precious as gold here. Instead of taking showers, the Himba use a smoke bath. They sit over smoldering embers with aromatic herbs, allowing the steam to soak into their skin and kill bacteria. They also apply a red paste, a mixture of fat, ochre, and herbs. It works as sunscreen, mosquito repellent, and makeup all in one. Some women even add fragrances to create a unique scent. Imagine recognizing someone from a neighboring kraal just by their smell. Family life among the Himba is a science of its own. A man may have multiple wives, but only if his first wife agrees. There's also a peculiar custom. If a friend visits, a man may offer him his wife for the night. Sounds wild. But here, it's a sign of deep trust, like handing over the keys to your car. Women, however, are not powerless. They decide where to graze the cattle, how to distribute water, and pass down the secrets of herbs and ancestral rituals to their daughters. Children start learning adult life at the age of 5. Boys herd goats in the desert, while girls shape clay pots and mix the famous red paste. Instead of playing with dolls, they build houses, constructing miniature huts from branches. In the evenings, the elders tell stories by the fire, how the god Mukuru created people from wood and cattle from clouds, or how the warrior Kazundi danced until the rain finally fell. But life for the Himba is no fairy tale. More and more tourists with cameras are coming to visit, paying for authentic photos. Some families earn money this way, but the elders fear that their traditions will turn into a circus. On top of that, the Namibian government is declaring their lands as reserves, saying they can no longer roam freely. The Himba are fighting back, shouting to the world, "We are not museum exhibits. We are alive." They teach their children to build huts the old way, but now with solar panels on the roofs. As they say here, Mukuru created us from the wind. We will not disappear, we will simply change, like the sand that shifts its shape but remains sand. Imagine how the Himba greet the sunrise. As the first golden rays light up the desert, the women are already at work, milking cows whose horns are decorated with copper rings, mixing thick porridge from millet, their main food. The men check the herds. Each cow is like a family member, and everyone in the kraal knows its name. If an animal falls ill, they heal it with herbs and chants, not pills from a pharmacy. Evenings are full of life when the heat fades. Children run around with handmade balls made from animal hides, elders repair walking sticks, and young women laugh as they braid each other's hair. But here, even laughter has meaning. Certain ochre markings on a girl's face can signal that she is ready for marriage. And if a young man gives her a necklace made of white shells, it's as good as a proposal. Yet modern life is slowly creeping in. Some young Himba move to the cities, wearing jeans and learning to use smartphones. But even there, they secretly wear copper bracelets under their clothes, a thin thread connecting them to home. And when they return, they smear themselves with red ochre again and teach the younger ones, "Do not be ashamed of our smoke baths instead of shampoo. This is our strength, not our weakness." The Himba people, between past and future, imagine a place where time seems to have stood still. A land where people continue to live according to the traditions of their ancestors, and every morning begins with a ritual that has been practiced for hundreds of years. This is the land of the Himba, the nomads of the Namibian desert, who maintain their way of life despite the changes happening in the world around them. Clothing and adornments, a language without words for the Himba. Clothing is not just protection from the sun, but a way to tell their story. From childhood, women cover their skin with a mixture of ochre, fat, and aromatic herbs. This red tint is not only protection against the sun and insects, but also a symbol of beauty. The deeper the color, the more attractive the woman is considered. Their hair is braided into thick plaits, covered in the same ochre mixture. Meanwhile, men keep their hair short, and only married men wear a special leather cap as a sign of their status. Jewelry speaks louder than words here. The rings on a woman's ankles indicate whether she is married or not. The more copper bracelets she wears on her arms, the higher her status in society. Heavy necklaces made of seashells, brought from distant places, are passed down through generations and are considered true treasures. Desert food, simplicity and survival. The Himba diet is simple yet nourishing. Their main food is a thick porridge made from millet or maize, eaten with sour milk. Meat is a rarity, reserved for special occasions such as weddings or major ceremonies. Instead of tea or coffee, the Himba drink herbal infusions, believing they provide strength and protection from illness. But the most valued product is cow's milk. It is not just food, it is part of their culture. Cows are milked in the morning and evening, and every sip of milk is the result of the family's hard work. Sometimes, the milk is left to ferment, turning into a drink that can be stored for several days. Beliefs and spiritual practices. The Himba believe in the spirits of their ancestors and the god Mukuru. Each kraal village has its sacred fire, which is kept burning at all times. This fire is the connection to the spirits of deceased relatives, who are believed to help or punish their descendants. Elders perform special rituals, throwing aromatic herbs into the fire and reciting prayers. If a family faces misfortune, such as sick livestock or a child struggling to sleep, they do not seek a doctor. Instead, they turn to a healer, a person who can read the signs of nature and communicate with spirits. The healer may prepare a special herbal remedy, conduct a ritual, or even advise the family to move to a different location if their current land has become unfriendly. The test of time, between tradition and modernity. Despite their deep connection to traditions, the world around the Himba is changing. More children now attend schools where they learn not only traditional knowledge but also English, mathematics, and writing. Some young people leave for the cities, experiencing a different way of life, but many return home, bringing back new ideas. For example, some villages now have solar panels, not for televisions, but to charge lanterns. After all, the desert is pitch dark at night, and light is needed for protection against predators. Water is also becoming a challenge, as droughts are becoming more frequent, forcing the Himba to travel even farther to find it. Yet one thing remains unchanged: the spirit of the Himba. They continue to live as their ancestors did, adapting without surrendering. And perhaps it is this ability to change while staying true to their roots that makes them a people who will not disappear but will only take new forms, just like the desert sands that constantly shift yet always remain the same. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on new interesting and exciting stories. Share this video with your friends and leave a comment so we know your thoughts. Also, click the bell icon to stay updated on all our new releases. Thanks for watching, and see you soon. You won't believe it, but hidden deep in the dangerous mountains of Pakistan lies one of the most mysterious tribes on Earth. Where the roads end and the wilderness begins, among the dark and majestic peaks of the Hindu Kush, live the Kalash, an ancient tribe that has survived against all odds. Their world is one of the most remote and harsh places on the planet. You can't just walk through here. Deadly slopes, steep cliffs, and freezing winds don't forgive mistakes. And it is in these extreme conditions that the Kalash have managed not only to preserve their lives but also their unique customs, appearance, and way of life. The faces of these people seem to be from another world. They have fair skin, bright blue or green eyes, and hair ranging from light brown to chestnut. And all of this, in a region where such features are extremely rare. Their weddings are more than just traditions, they are true love stories. Men and women here are equal, and no one forces them into marriage. This is almost unheard of in this part of the world. In this episode, you'll discover who the Kalash really are. How they survive in mountains where there's no signal, almost no roads, and even the army struggles to reach. Why scientists still argue about their origins. And how, today, their ancient culture is under threat of extinction. Many believe the Kalash are descendants of the soldiers of Alexander the Great, who remained here after his legendary campaigns more than 2,000 years ago. And although there's no definitive proof, this theory adds to the mystery of their history. But to understand why the Kalash are so unique, you must first look at the place they call home. It's the far northwestern corner of Pakistan, right on the border with Afghanistan. This is where some of the world's highest and wildest mountains are found. The region is known as the land of giant mountains, and for good reason. Towering peaks, glacier, rushing rivers, and a total lack of infrastructure make this region nearly inaccessible. Pakistan is a large country located in South Asia, bordering Afghanistan, India, Iran, and the Arabian Sea. Its territory covers nearly 900,000 square kilometers. It's one of the most populous countries in the world, home to over 240 million people. But none of that matters in the mountain valleys where the Kalash live. Life here follows its own rules. These areas are nearly uninhabited. While the big cities of Pakistan are full of cars, people, and noise, the Kalash live in a completely different world. The country's geography is breathtaking, from deserts to lush valleys, from plains to snow-covered peaks. The Himalayas, Karakoram, and Hindu Kush mountains are true natural wonders. They're not only beautiful but vital for life. Rivers are born here, providing water to the valleys below. And thanks to these rivers and high-altitude plateaus, the Kalash have been able to live here for centuries. The mountains became their shield, on one hand protecting them, and on the other, completely isolating them. In such conditions, living a normal life is impossible. But the Kalash have adapted. They have a unique rhythm of life, customs, clothing, and even their own language. They speak a distinctive dialect unlike the languages of their neighbors. The origin of the Kalash is one of Asia's greatest mysteries. Scientists can't agree on where they came from. Their culture is unlike those around them, and their appearance is vastly different. The Greek origin theory is the most popular, that they're descendants of warriors left behind after Alexander the Great's campaigns. And indeed, they have many features resembling Europeans. Geneticists have tried to find a connection, but so far, the data is inconclusive. Even the Kalash themselves don't know for sure where they came from. But to them, that doesn't matter much. What matters is preserving what they have. And in this, their isolation helps them. The mountains are their fortress. They not only shield them from the outside world but also keep outside influences at bay. That's why the Kalash still live almost the same way they did centuries ago. This isolation made them unique. No one else in the region celebrates like the Kalash. Their festivals are bright, loud, and joyful. They sing, dance, and share food with guests. They don't follow strict religious prohibitions, and many of their rituals seem foreign to the Muslim majority of Pakistan. As a result, the Kalash are often criticized, even threatened. But despite all this, they don't give up. They preserve their faith, their traditions, and their freedom. Their women wear colorful dresses and take part in public life equally with men. This is astonishing, especially in this part of the world. The physical features of the Kalash spark particular interest. Their fair skin, blue or green eyes, and light hair are truly rare on the Indian subcontinent. Scientists continue to study their genes, trying to solve the mystery. But for now, the answers remain elusive. Perhaps it's the result of ancient isolation and adaptation to harsh conditions. Or perhaps, there really is some ancient warrior blood flowing through their veins. However, for the Kalash themselves, all of this is simply life. They don't consider themselves special. They just live as their ancestors did, preserving old songs, teaching their children their customs, and passing down legends by word of mouth. Their world is a small universe hidden in the mountains. Their story is not just about the past, it's about the present. Because today, in the 21st century, their existence is under threat. Tourism, religious pressure, climate change, and economic hardship are slowly eroding their way of life. That's why it's so important to talk about them now. The Kalash tribe is a living reminder of how diverse and fragile our world truly is. They are like a window into the past, where the spirit of an ancient civilization still flickers. And if we don't care for their future, one day that window may close forever. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow. Subscribe so you won't miss new videos about amazing cultures and traditions from around the world. And in the comments, let us know which tradition surprised you the most, or which country you'd like us to explore next. Thanks for being with us. See you next time.